Ah, what's up? You're vibing. You're vibing. You're vibing. You're vibing with who? Reeves. What's good, y'all? What's going on? Can't see me. No, you don't. I bet. What's good? What's going on? How you been? How you feeling? How you live? It's Mr. Reeves, and another episode I'm bringing to you with Vibing with Reeves. Um, I want to express this to you. This something just real quick before you start. You know, just a thought. You know, people will be your real friends for free. 'Cause some people say, "Oh, you got paid to have friends." She, what type of delusional, low self-esteem stuff are you talking about? You have to pay for friendship. No, 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 no. You don't. Not money ain't. You know, because people, and then they'll say, "Oh, you got this, you got to take a man, got to take a that." No, 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 no. People will be your friends for free, for real. You talk about real friends, people will be your friends for free, but people will pretend to be your friend for a fee. Think about that. People will be your real friends for free, but people will pretend to be your friend for a fee. Obviously, not the same kind of person. What I'm saying is that people who will be your friend for free, no cost, you know. Love is free. They're gonna show you that love. They vibe with you. You they people, they cool. They rock with you. You rock back with them. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. You know, just a friend. They're your friends. They they're cool. But then you have other people who tend to be your friends for a fee. In other words, it's a transactional relationship. Oh man, if you can't take them nowhere, they ain't gonna be your friend. If you can't pay no bills, they ain't picking up the phone for you. You know what I mean? If you can't put the bill when y'all go out, they ain't gonna need to go out. It comes with a fee. If you have a crazy lifestyle, crazy lit lifestyle, and it looks like a music hip hop music video from back in the day when the club and it look like it's just crazy, and it like that's your life. If you don't give them a front row ticket to participate in that lifestyle, to going out, they're not gonna be your friend. They're not gonna hang out with you. Then that's not your real friend. That's someone that's pretending to be your friend for your resources, for your lifestyle, you know, for access to the lifestyle that they want to live. That's not a real friend. So there's a difference. So when people say, "Oh, we got paid to be friends," sometimes either that they have the game messed up, low self-esteem kind of, or then someone is trying to use somebody, so they want you to possibly be their next victim. Warning. But other than that, I'm cool. I just had to get that off my chest. Thought popped in my head. When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I have to address this. I have to speak on this. I have to speak on this. It has to be spoke about. It has to be spoketh on. And and uh and uh, uh, sorry, I heard drums and shit in my head, so sorry. But yeah, another thing that's really important is remembering to take things step by step. This is something now I want to throw on your plate. It is something that I believe in. It's something that, honestly, I've had people have to remind me about this every now and too. It might take so much on, and then you take on too much at once. You mess around and not get anything accomplished because you're trying to do too much at once. You're not breaking it down into smaller tasks and then build them smaller tasks, and then you can get the bigger thing done, the bigger task completed once you get the smaller ones completed. But you try to get everything at once and it might not work because it might be too much to do at one time. It's like having the bigger goal and break it down. Okay, this is the bigger goal. Let me break it down to smaller goals. Got this first smaller goal out the way. Now I'm able to get the second smaller goal out the way. Bam. Got the third smaller goal out the way. Got the fourth goal. It's a little bit bigger, but I got it. The fifth goal, way bigger. Okay, let me break this down a little bit. That helps. That helps. Definitely helps. Get all these things done. You know, it helps to get all these things done. Is to make it an easier thing to do. I've been lectured about that my whole life. I'm passing it on to you. Now it's a lecture, but hey, they're right. Yeah, tell me about it. You're right. It's just easier to do things and get them done when you're not trying to do everything at once. You say, okay, that's a lot. It can be done, but maybe not at once. Now, if you have more people helping you, then yeah, you might be able to get that thing done easier. Especially if everyone's all coordinated, everything's working and people are doing what they're supposed to do, and y'all got the goal in mind, and it's a team, everyone's pulling their weight, and yeah, it should flow smoother. Maybe you don't have to break it down into so many smaller parts, you know. If you're by yourself doing things, sometimes you gotta break that thing into smaller parts to get it. But as long as you get it, as long as you finish, you complete the goal, you complete the task, that's what it is. And it's also easy to get discouraged if you try to do too much at once and then it doesn't work because you're trying to do so much at once. You're like, oh, I can't do this. No, you just can't do all of that at once. You can't do everything at once. You know, can't do everything at once. You might say, I'm trying to do this, this, this. You might have to do certain things on certain days. Like, I'm gonna do this on Monday and Tuesday, but I'm gonna do that on Wednesday. I'm gonna do this Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I'm gonna do the leftover for this. You might have to do it like that, and then oh sweat, it worked. But if you try to do, yeah, I'm gonna do all this stuff on Monday, uh, then by Tuesday you're backed up because some of Monday's left over. By Wednesday, you mess around and just be like, I give up. It's too much. I can't. And then you feel bad because you didn't do it. No, just make it easier on yourself. Make your workload more manageable. It, it helps. Trust me, it helps. Um, that's one thing. That's another thing that was on my mind. You know, in fact, that's the vibe of this episode. There's some things that was on my mind. That's it. So it's gonna be free flowing, which is good. Sometimes it's good to just let stuff flow free and don't be so lost in thought that you can't get anything done. You know, you're flowing with it. You're letting your thoughts lead you to something. You're not saying, "Oh, I can't do this." You're lost in thought, but you're also steep, knee deep in analysis paralysis. So that means you ain't gonna do nothing. You're just gonna be thinking, "Oh, what about this?" And then you're thinking, "Oh, what about that?" And then next thing you know, you think about 1,500 things about this. Then, oh, but what about this other stuff? And then you think about 30,000 other things. And next thing you know, you ain't accomplished the damn thing. You can't even get out of bed maybe because you're so busy thinking, what about that? Now, what about this? Ooh, what about that? So the other thing is avoid analysis paralysis. That's when, if you haven't heard the term, that's when you analyze. You take analysis of things, but basically you go too hard with it. Basically, I'm saying you're overthinking to the point You know, paralysis means you can't move. So you overthink it to the point you can't move. Anal you pull an analogy, you pull an analysis, analogization. Those aren't words. Analogization is the word. I don't care. But the point is, you think about things, and then you go to the point where you're overthinking. You're not supposed to overthink. You're supposed to think. Definitely have to think, but don't overthink. You're overthinking, and the next thing you know, you're stuck and don't know what to do. You're stuck and you're scared. You done scared yourself because you overthought yourself and you think of all these things that could go wrong and the foul and the evil. And next thing you know, you're scared to make a move. You can't make a move. Then, then paralyze yourself due to going so hard with your overthinking. You're overthinking so much. You found 1,000 things to be scared of. And you try to do one thing and you found 50 million ways it could go wrong. And then you add details of how it could go wrong. So now there's 50,000 ways it could go wrong. And it's so highly detailed that it makes it seem like you found 100,000 ways for it to go wrong. And now you're like, oh, sweat. Now your anxiety's all up and high. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail horribly. And it might not even feel horribly. If it might not work, it just might not work quietly. You know, sometimes, oh, it didn't work. It's not like, oh no, it didn't work. And then everything's all on upheaval and there's chaos everywhere. And like you destroyed your life because this particular thing didn't work and everyone hates you now. It didn't work. We hate your ass. Oh no, I'm sorry. Come back. No, it doesn't have to be that deep. You know, it doesn't have to be that deep. Maybe it didn't work, but that's life. Sometimes things don't work. And it doesn't mean it's not meant to work. Maybe it's not meant to work like that. It's like being in school and taking a test and you got the wrong answer. That doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you have the wrong answer for that. Maybe you have to do it a certain way. Maybe there's a certain order of operations that you wasn't following. You know, maybe you're off by a couple of numbers. Maybe you put the decimal point in the wrong place. Sometimes little things like that matter. Details matter sometimes. Sometimes you can just do it, it's whatever. But there's times them details get you. You need to have them details on point and you have them details covered. Dot your I's across your T's. You know what I mean? Yeah, so going back to the analysis paralysis thing, going deep back, just make sure you don't do that. You don't get caught up there, so worried that things gonna go wrong. You make it so it goes wrong. You make it wrong. Worry about how bad it can be then. You know, like, oh, sweat, it wasn't that bad. Sometimes you have analysis paralysis and then you cheat yourself out of a victory. You walk away from a blessing, you cheat yourself out of a victory because you're so scared to do anything, so scared to move. And then you find out, hey, this it wasn't that bad. This was gonna work out. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. That's something else that's been on my mind lately, you know. So I definitely had to speak on that in this episode, you know. And another thing that was on my mind is putting the best foot forward. Putting my best foot forward. No filler. Basically trying to do my best. Doing the best I can every time. You know, sometimes your best change, you know, due to the situation. Something people say it shouldn't be, but your best should always be your best. Let's be real. Sometimes it won't. Life is very situational. Your best last week may differ from your best this week. Shit, sometimes your best might be even better. You have stepped your best threshold up. So now Your best today is better than your best was 2, 3 days ago. Or maybe you're sick. Maybe you're really sick. So your best isn't normally what it isn't what your normal best would be. It's lower. So sometimes, your best is your best now, but I mean it may look different. But still do your best. You know. Don't BS to put something out there for the world to see, and then some people see through it. Like, you phoned that in. You didn't even care. So then they don't even care. Like you can't get me to care. You didn't even care enough to do your best. You trying to just pass off some mid. You know it was too. And then I'm supposed to support that? Nah. Nah. So people gonna look at you like, give me your best every time. And then I might rock with it. But you give me something that's and I know you could do much better. You just don't feel like it, just feel like being lazy or something. Don't feel like being bothered. Then I don't feel like being bothered and supporting you. That's all. That's what some people are. And plus, you don't want that to add to your legacy. I'm talking like artistically. And you just said, dang, you're the guy that has so much potential but keeps dropping some man. People say, yo, it was great. He did his best every time. Put his best foot forward. Put her best foot forward. Did her best every time. Want to get better, not worse. Did you do your best? Like I said, best change sometimes due to extenuating circumstances, but still doing your best. That your best change due to extenuating circumstances is different than you just being lazy and not wanting to be bothered and saying, they'll take this. I could do better, but forget that. Who cares? I don't feel like it. Let me just put out some trash or something that's almost trash like. It's trash enough. Is not good at all. It's not really good at all. But I'll put it out there and they'll be cool with it. Cause or the other stuff I put out there, they loved it was good. So I'll just put out some corny stuff. Nah, you defiling your legacy with that, man. You know. That's like if you was in sports, if you was on a winning team, you say, you know what? Let's just not let's just not play at our best. Let's just be garbage for a while. Yeah, let's just not play. Let's just miss shots on purpose. Let's just whatever. That's not the same as you being on that team and then sometimes y'all tired, back to back games. It was going to overtime, double overtime, and you're tired. One of your best players got injured, you know. So your best is looking different than when you're well rested, you're fresh off, you're not, like I said, you're not exhausted, you don't have injuries. So you have all your players here doing what they do. So yeah, it's gonna look different than that. And if you're on a winning streak, you're gonna be emboldened. You're gonna be feeling yourself. So you're gonna be going harder. It's not like you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm winning so much. Why don't I start losing a while on purpose?" I should hope not. So that's all I'm saying. Just do do your best. Whatever your best is, do that. Sometimes it change. Like if you're tired, sick, a lot of things going on. Sometimes that best won't look the same as when you're in a better situation. Understand that. That's different from just purposely, like I said, just being lazy and saying, the heck with it. Take this garbage. I don't want to be bothered. I don't like what I do anymore. So I'm gonna just put this out there. I don't I'm tired. I lost the love for music, so I'm gonna just put out a bunch of garbage songs that no one could possibly like, including me, and just want y'all to support it though. No, If you don't lost the love for it, don't put nothing out. Don't put out some substandard stuff and expect people to rock with it because you don't love the game no more. You don't love it. Find something else to do. Don't taint your legacy. And then when everyone talks about your songs, they go like, "Oh, remember them classic albums? Yeah, but remember them seven last projects he put out there that was garbage? The EPs, the mixtapes, the albums. Remember all those? Slurring every time. Like you stop caring. So you stop caring too. So you don't want that. Just as an example. Yeah, these are some of the things that's on my mind, on my mind. Another thing that's on my mind is being grateful for each day alive. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for another day. Tomorrow isn't promised, definitely. So live to the best of your abilities. And thank you. Thank you, Lord, for another day and for your love. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And the loved ones in my life, love y'all. Thank you so much. And like I said, sorry, tomorrow isn't the promise. Every day, you know, try your best to appreciate and live up and do your best. Yeah, so that's on my mind too. You know, you can be grateful. Also, nothing on my mind. You can be grateful, but you could want more as long as you're willing to work for it. Don't Just because you want more don't mean you have to be a jerk about it or be ungrateful for what you already had. You say, I have this, but I want some more. You may need some more. You may be grateful for what you have, but you may need more. As long as you're grateful for what you already have. I'm about to say grateful. As long as you grateful for what you already have and just willing to put in the work to get the other things you need and want, it's all good as far as I'm concerned, baby. Yeah. And thank you for your time. And I just want to remind y'all Vibe with Reeves on Fridays, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Hit me up, reevesent.com, get new merch. Check out the Beat Store. I'm on beatstars.com. Mr. Reeves on the beat. You know, you can check my stuff on Bandcamp and everything. The streaming sites too for the music. But yeah, reevesent.com. See all that good stuff. Thank you for your time. Stay up. Gia.